Welcome back to Sensation. I'm losing my mind. I'm telling you guys and gals. I put a video up for edit, and it wasn't even supposed to upload till 6 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I'll be damned if it didn't do it at 6 a.m. so a guy don't know the difference between a.m. and p.m. no more. I edited it over time. I didn't edit it all at one time, and I wasn't even finished editing the damn thing, and it uploaded on me this morning when I thought, well, maybe I'll just get up and go fix it, and then I'll go ahead and get it uploaded for tonight. And I look, and I already got a notification when I get out of bed that my video went live. So there it is. You got the unedited version at 6 a.m. instead of 6 p.m. 12 hours in advance. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. That way you guys and gals can see some of the behind the scenes of what goes on. That was a 2-hour video. It was literally 2 hours, and I edited it down to like 22 minutes. So that one took a little bit of time to do, and I wasn't complete with the editing. I'd literally been working on that for 4 days. And it went live on me, so I wasn't able to finish putting all the music in, but I went ahead and added it now. Hopefully it does okay. We'll see. Definitely not at the normal time. But the reason for today's video is not that. It's not about editing. It is, I bought a case. And you're going to see the video on this next Tuesday. But I'm not going to go over the entire purchase because you're going to see the video on it next Tuesday. But I'm going to go over a dilemma that I have. And I think you're going to like this because I'm going to be out in the shop doing some fabricating in this video. Oh, I mean fabrication, not... Nope. Fabricating. So we're going to do some fabricating. What we have is, if you look, this power supply is designed, oh, lost my pin, to slide in from the back side, and then it has a bracket that mounts to the power supply and to the case, to these holes. So this one, I didn't notice it when I bought it, but I noticed that when I went to test it and put the power supply in it, that we don't have said bracket that goes over here. So what a guy has been working on is a template. So this template right here, I was going to cut me out a piece of metal and fabricable me a bracket for this. So I need a bracket that'll mount to the power supply, right, to the 4 holes on it. And then I need it to extend over and mount to the 4 outside holes here. These holes are all in a square and in line with each other. So these 4 on the perimeter. These are not. So I was building a bracket, and then a light bulb came on. And the light bulb said, hey, don't you have an old case you were cutting stuff out of for another case? And the other part of me said, yes, you do. So what I'm going to go out and do, since it'll already have these holes for the power supply, which are the odd ones to measure out and drill out anyway, we only need to do the 4 square holes if I cut it out of that. So I'm going to go out there, take you guys and gals with me. We're going to set up my little die grinder with a cutoff wheel, and we are going to cut a panel out of the back of a case, and we're going to drill holes in it, and we're going to make our own bracket to mount a power supply. Alright, I got our target case here. I don't like how that's inset though, but I'm going to try to chop that on that line right there. Just cut that razor line. So it's kind of good, but on the edges here, we're going to have to cut out farther. So I'm just going to cut out to close to the edge of the case on each side. That way we can get it remounted, because we need to see the difference between where this hole is and the hole that we got to have to mount this thing. So I'm going to check that out on our cardboard template, and I'm going to get to measuring this thing, and I'm going to get my saw set up, and we're going to zip us a line across here, and the same thing at the bottom, and then we're going to carry that line over to basically the edge of the case. So we're going to cut that out. Panel is cut out for the power supply. Get it out of here. We got some extras that we're gonna have to trim off this one. Little bracket back here. It ain't gonna work for us on the other one. You see that? It's a very thin line, guys and gals. So you don't need much for a bracket. We're gonna have to clean this up. It's got slithers all over it and stuff, but ultimately, I hope we got enough to drill on over here. We cut that side awful short, but we didn't have much room to play with. So that was part of the issue with that. But I think we can get by with it. I do believe that in my heart. According to the template, we can get by with it. So that's what we're going to go off of. So let me get this thing cleaned up a bit now. I got to turn that fan back on, it's hot. So I can't keep you on too long, and I won't time lapse this part. I'm just going to clean up the edges and the slithers and stuff. And that way we can get this ready to drill the holes in and take it in and mount it in our case. May have to throw a little bit of paint on it, but we'll see if it'll work for us when we get it done here. I meant to leave this much on that other side, but I took off too much. I still think we can make it work, but we're gonna find out. In just a little bit, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, paint it up if we need to, but I'm gonna test it first. I'm gonna Zeus this part off right here. You see that part right there? I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off there clean. And then we'll go ahead and clean this up with the flap disc, and we'll start getting it mounted. But I'm gonna look at cutting me out another bracket here. I'm gonna continue to cut this, and I'm gonna cut this out here and up here. And we're gonna see if we can use this one and maybe this one for braces for our other case so we can make fans for it. But I'm gonna continue on here for a little bit without you. I wanna go ahead and get this cut off and finished up real quick and get all the slithers cleaned off of it so it's not cutting me up. And then we'll get this piece ready to go in and test on our case that we built it for. All right, if it lines up, then it's my favorite part. If it doesn't, it's the suckiest part. And it doesn't. Yes, it does. That one lines up perfectly. The top one doesn't, though. Shit. This bracket ain't even tall enough. If we go down to where this one would mount, then we'll have to change where our screw holes are at drastically. So that's not good. It's just a difference in the case. As you can see, the gaping hole that it leaves at the top, but that lines the screw holes up with the power supply where it's sitting. And then, you know what? Why do we need to use the screw holes that are there when we could essentially drill new holes in it where we need them, right? And we can just put the holes where we need the damn things. We don't have to go off of anything else, so we can continue drilling that hole on both sides. Just mount it to the power supply. I'll bring the drill in here in a vacuum. We'll drill the sumbitch out right here. That'll work. I mean, it's going to give us the bracket, no doubt about it. I don't like the gap up there, but there was not enough material on a regular case to cover that hole. So I don't know. I mean, we really can't build that up either. I could, but it would look like crap if I did it. This bracket's going to work, though. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking if I get a screwdriver here and grab some screws where we can mount this bad boy. What did I do with my screwdriver? Have you ever seen such a mess in your life? You probably have not. One day I'll get to cleaning. We have been working on stuff. And when I said that in another video, I wasn't making it up. I just haven't got back here yet because we had a lot of stuff to do. I can show you the floor we put down though in a minute. I'm gonna try flipping this bracket around too, upside down and around, and see what it does. So it don't line up near right. This is definitely how it goes right here. So let's get a couple of screws in this thing and get it to where, let's see if we were going to mount it up. So we'll get our screws started, pull this thing forward a little bit, and get 4 screws in it. This will line it up the way we need to, because the power supply is going to rest flat. There's no doubt about that. So we know it's going to rest flat in there. It's not going to be elevated. So we want it in its normal position, and the way to do that, that screw isn't all the way through, so we'll get the other 2 in here. Oh, that one I cut out a little bit, but it's still going to grab, doesn't matter. I hate drilling this in here, but I will if I have to, right? That'll give us our mounting holes. I'll just use a little bit, and these will probably self-clearance anyhow. Okay, we're gonna paint this too. I found some black paint out there, so we're gonna bend that down so it's not sticking up. That's the nice part about it, is we can massage it. But boys and girls, without further ado, I believe we got us a bracket here. So I'm gonna get the drill in a small bit. I'm gonna drill this hole out where we can mount screws, and I'm gonna drill 2 more holes in it. And we're gonna paint this bracket, and we have us a mounting bracket for our power supply now. So no need for the young lady to look around for that one anymore, because SimStation has fabricated him a bracket. That's what it's all about right there. That's what you got to do sometimes. Well, you got to do what you got to do, right? We got the power supply mounted into this thing, and I'm happy about it. That's all that matters. And once it's mounted in here, then once I get it painted, it'll look a lot better, trust me. But I think it's going to be easier to drill this thing out in here. Honestly, we got a little shift side to side, you can see that. So we got a little play there. We can play it up and down too, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you want to do that. But we could split the difference, right? I don't think you want this holding it up and the power supply being in that position. I think it's smarter just to have it sit flat, but we may, just for aesthetic purposes, lift it up a little bit. But I'm gonna go get the drill. I'm gonna go get a drill and a vacuum. We're gonna drill this thing out right here and get our screws mounted in there fully and permanently. Then I'm gonna take it back off. I'm gonna go finish cleaning it up, get it scuffed down. We're gonna hit it with some black paint, and we're gonna have us a bracket. That's what it's all about right here at SimStation, building brackets. So let me get my drill and I'll be right back. So ultimately, you just want to make sure your drill bit isn't bigger around than the screw. I think 1/8 inch is close, but I don't think it's bigger than the screw. I'm looking for something. I'm thinking here. I kind of like the idea of lifting that a bit. So let's go in the center of this hole. All right. All right, we got us a hole there. Will it work though? That's what we're trying to get at here. Will it work? And did we put it in the right place even? These are questions that we're about to answer for ourselves. Will it tighten down? I can answer yes to all of that. Look at that, boys and girls. We have figured our mounting out. Let me drill 3 more holes, and then we'll go out and we'll get this cleaned up and painted, and we have built us a bracket. I'll be darned. Nope, I'll be dipped. Nope, I'll be damned. I'll go ahead and drill 1 more for you while you're watching, so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. We'll get all this vacuumed up too. But I think it's cooler when you guys and gals can see that in real time. and maybe it'll give you the confidence to try this at home. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. We'll use all black screws, but look at that. I mean, she's secure with 2, but we're gonna put 4 in her anyway. It had 4, so we're gonna put 4 back. I'll vacuum the mess up after I'm done, but I'll get these other 2 drilled while you're watching here because it's not taking very long. I just got to see where this is going to land us here. I'd like to go right here with it, so let's try that. Hopefully we ain't drilling to the power supply. I don't think we did. All right, let's go down a little about in this area right here. All right. We'll know if we start it up and it shorts out if we drilled through it. We're hoping it doesn't do that, but you'll never know. So we got us a couple more holes drilled. Let's test out our theory here. Ugh. Get the right screwdriver, Vern. Let's see if she'll tighten down. And then you tell me your thoughts on it, whether or not you like my idea here on making a bracket, or if I should have just waited and seen if the girl found the right bracket. If she finds it, I'll go get the right one and put in there. But if not, we ain't wasting a good case over a bracket, right? So there it is. Look at that. Mounted in there. Let's go clean it up now and paint it and make her look better. And we have us a fabricated bracket now. So look at that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. We built us a bracket and I'm not mad at it. Let my phone quit going off. I'm gonna cut you guys off though. I think you know how to shoot a little paint on and stuff like that. And that's all it needs now is just cleaned up and painted. And then I'm gonna look for black screws. Of course, I'd like to have all black screws in the power supply in this so it matches up. But next time you see it, it'll be done and on here. So that's the best part. It's no more work for you. It's just work for me. I like it though. I'll get you up a little bit closer here. I think that we come up with a pretty good idea cutting that out of the other case because it already had our power supply holes in it. And I'm sure there's probably been a guy or gal that have already done this once or twice. But I had never done it. I just knew that we needed to do something here. So we got us a mounting point here and here for the bracket. Same on the other side. And then your power supply is mounted in the normal locations here. So Fabric cobbled a bracket. And I like it. Let me vacuum this mess up. Get this apart. And then I'll go finish cleaning this and painting it. And then you'll see it on the final assembly. Alright, screwed by a dead battery again. No, I mean, if you got an old case that you can cut it out of, it's going to work out better for you. That's why I did it this way. Hopefully that you guys and gals, if you have to do this, will have an old case that you can use for it. But it come out pretty good. It's going to pass the test if you look at it right here. I mean, too many people think twice about it, but we'll probably find black screws to go in here too, so it matches it all up. But I'm okay with it. Let me know what you think about it. You'll see the case in another video. And the good part about it is if, let's say that she comes up with the, if she finds this adapter, it's fine because it'll still, even if our screw holes aren't in the right spot because I drilled the new ones, the bracket will still cover those up. So you don't have to worry about it one way or the other. So none of that's going to be an issue. We got it done. We did what we needed to do there. We built us a custom bracket for it. So the next thing I'm going to do, obviously, some mods on the $100 case. I want to build the new brackets to hold the fans on it. I don't think I'm going to use what I was showing on this video on that case because after looking at it more, it's a corner edge, which is going to give it more support. But I don't think there's enough room to drill into to put the screws in for the fans. So I'm going to have to use flat bars, and I might just go buy new metal. I might just go up and get new metal for that. We don't need it real thick for it, but I might go a little thicker for support on the case. That might be the way to go. And maybe even replace the front. I haven't decided. There's still going to be work and time that goes into that one, so I'm not gonna speculate, but I am gonna sit down a minute because it was hot out there. I got a tripod in my hand, so we can definitely set you up here in front of me. But I dropped a video this morning from when I recorded this, so Tuesday, that wasn't supposed to drop till tonight, so the editing wasn't done. Yes, I got my work shirt on and it's dirty. Don't worry about that. The video wasn't done, so I want you guys to bear with me on that. Only mistake, probably only the second mistake I've made when it comes to uploading these things. But I didn't check, apparently I didn't check the AM and PM time. And the way I have to do these is I edit the video in CapCut, and I don't pay the exorbitant price for CapCut Pro, so I can't put any music or anything in them in CapCut. I have to upload them to YouTube and then edit them in YouTube to add the music, right? So I wasn't through editing the video, and somehow, whether I missed it on the check on time to drop it, the video dropped at a random time. So I'll have to go in and look at the settings and make sure that don't happen on Thursday night's video that I'm going to upload after I get done with this. And we're not at Thursday yet. I mean, we're literally on a Tuesday, but I'm going to work on the Thursday video and get it uploaded, because I am going to cut back on Thursday videos, but as long as I got content, then I'm going to keep throwing them up. But if I run low on content because I'm busy on all this other stuff, then I won't be able to throw a Thursday video up. So that's what I want you to understand on that. But hey, you got to see how we build, how I deal with not having a bracket for the power supply on a case. Hopefully she can find it and I can put the factory one on there. But this video can help anybody in the future if you run into a situation where like that, where you don't have that bracket. So we cut one out of an old case. We cleaned it up, painted it, drilled it out, fit it to our case, and that's going to do it for this video. I think you're going to like the video on that marketplace find, and hopefully you'll keep enjoying what I'm doing on the channel here. So it's been another great SimStation production. This one was interesting and fun. We got to do fabrication. We got to cut metal out of an old case, and we got to make it work in our new case back here that I'm going to work on the build on next. So I'll be recording that, probably not in these clothes, because I've got other stuff to do now, so I might not record that until tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I don't need it just yet. But thank you once again. It's been another great SimStation production, and we will catch you on the very next one.